Have you ever witnessed a family reconciliation? My best friend and his grandfather hadn't spoken in almost a decade. The reason was a business deal gone sour years ago. Both are stubborn men, and neither wanted to be the first to apologize. My friend always regretted the rift, and I knew his grandfather did too, though he would never admit it. We had planned a vacation to the coast. It was supposed to be just the two of us, a week of fishing and relaxing. A few days before we left, my friend called me, sounding hesitant. He explained his grandfather's health had been declining, and his family thought it might be one of his last chances to see the ocean again. He asked if it would be alright if his grandfather joined us. I told him of course it was alright. I knew how much his grandfather meant to him, despite their issues. Secretly, I hoped this trip could be a chance for them to mend their relationship. The first few days were awkward. My friend and his grandfather were polite but distant. They avoided any real conversation, sticking to small talk about the weather and the fishing conditions. I tried to bridge the gap, sharing stories and jokes, but the tension was still thick. One evening, we were sitting on the porch of the rental house, watching the sunset. His grandfather was quiet, staring out at the water. My friend was fiddling with his fishing gear, avoiding eye contact. I decided to take a walk, figuring they needed some space. When I returned an hour later, I found them still on the porch. But this time, they were talking. Really talking. I sat a distance away, pretending to read a book, but I listened. His grandfather was telling a story about my friend's father when he was a little boy, a story I had never heard before. My friend was laughing, and his grandfather was smiling, a genuine smile I hadn't seen since I'd known him. The next day, they were like different people. They fished together, they cooked together, they shared stories and memories. It was like the 10 years of silence had never happened. Later, my friend told me they had talked late into the night after I left for my walk. His grandfather had apologized for his part in their falling out, admitting he had been too proud to make amends sooner. My friend had apologized too, acknowledging he hadn't understood the pressure his grandfather had been under at the time of their disagreement. They had both forgiven each other. Seeing them reconnect was incredibly moving. It reminded me that family is important, and holding on to grudges is never worth it. I am glad I got to witness their reconciliation. It was definitely a highlight of that vacation, even better than the fishing.